And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Hi everyone, Meteorologist Joel Curtis with your Alaska weather. Our forecasts are issued Thursday, April 10th. We sure have a lot of winter weather advisories going on for Anchorage proper, East Turnagain Arm, Turnagain Pass, Western Prince William Sound, the interior of the Kenai Peninsula, also the Yukon Delta coast, and one just got added for Kuskokwim Bay coast and Nunivak Island. Also some special weather statements for Brooks Range South Slopes, Upper Kobuk Valley, Dalton Highway summits, and for the Kenai Peninsula western side. So lots of winter weather going, and here's why. We've got an upper level low pressure system. It's about almost at the Bering Strait. It's moving over St. Lawrence Island. And as you can see, there's a circulation around that. That right now supports a couple of weak low pressure systems that we're going to see here in a minute when we get to the surface maps. But you can also see that there's weak low pressure in the Gulf of Alaska, and that is causing a lot of upward vertical motion, warm, moist air riding up over cold air, over the warmer areas, and that cools off very rapidly and is causing a lot of snow showers. So for tonight's weather, there's a couple of weak lows. One, 1,003 millibars in Prince William Sound, which is a sweet spot for snow in south central Alaska. In the meantime, but there's a secondary one, and that's up and into the central interior. We see a large band of snow associated with that. Snow mixed with rain out into the Gulf. Rain along the Gulf Coast, especially for southeast Alaska, and a couple of troughs moving through the Gulf. But also note that second low south of Nunivak Island, almost to the Pribilofs of 1,004, and that's a reflection of the center of the upper level low that is so very cold. I've been a forecaster in Alaska for a long time, and I haven't seen this cold an air that I can recall in April. It's just way unseasonable. It's like deep winter, but it's way up there at 18,000 feet. So on to Friday, that low starts to develop just a little bit. That's south of Nunivak Island, 999, and now a cold front has shaped up on it. And there's going to actually be some more. In the meantime, that low that was in Prince William Sound, and all that mess kicks out to the Alcan, about 1,004 millibars. Still plenty of snow forecasted over south central, all the way up the central interior, up to the Kobuk Valley, a little bit over the Chukchi Sea. All the higher elevations of southeast Alaska, snow, and even along the coast, mixed rain and snow. As you get a little bit further out, maybe a little bit of rain off of Prince of Wales Island. Also, the onshore flow for the Alaska Peninsula, especially on the southeastern side, that's going to see snow or mixed rain and snow. And then also another system moving up in Siberia, but that guy is not going to be much of a factor. And then for Saturday's weather, now things are really getting going because that upper low is digging to the south. It's moving to the south and then slightly east of south. It's supporting a 982 millibar low over the Alaska Peninsula, 995 out by just north of Dutch Harbor. Cold frontal systems all shaping up. A little warm air on the east side of that system, but it doesn't amount to a whole lot because what's happening is the air is so cold aloft that it's even moving around the upper low and over top of the warm front. So lots of snow for south central all across the eastern Bering Sea for much of southwest Alaska, also up along the Brooks Range as the air glides up over that area too. And then snow for the higher elevations and actually some of the lower elevations for southeast Alaska. a little bit of rain for out on the outside of Baranof Island and Prince of Wales Island. Lots of rain out over the Gulf, and then plenty of snow as you go out the Aleutians, and there's that weak system that's formed up now in the far western Bering Sea. But by Sunday, that low has deepened now to about 980 millibars. The secondary one is about 986, all cold air behind it. And that low, the upper low that I was talking about, is so cold. It is so much colder than what we see in April that a lot of the precipitation that you're going to see that's circulating around the occluded front of the 980 millibar low is going to be snow. And if it's not snow, it's going to be mixed rain and snow, and maybe just a few areas might see a little light rain. But this is a very, very cold system. And then let's get to our temperatures. So again, single digits, a few negative digits along the Chukchi Sea for Friday morning. And then as we start to ramp up, but notice that those cold temperatures have really moved down the west side. So we got a lot of negative single digits like -7 known for our low temperature on Friday morning. Then it only gets up to the teens as you get down to Bristol Bay, some in the 20s and lower 30s as you go out the Alaska Peninsula, 24 for the Pribilofs. And then as you go over to southeast Alaska, which is generally on the warm side, they're going to see temperatures up into the mid-30s and just short of 40. So then as we get to Friday afternoon, temperatures up in the teens for the North Slope, and there's going to see maybe a few breaks in the clouds and maybe a little bit of sunshine. But look at those single digits for the north part of the Seward Peninsula and for Kotzebue, 5 for an afternoon high in April. And then as we get down, you go into southwestern Alaska in the mid-20s or so. As you get further down, 34 for king salmon. Then as you go out the Alaska Peninsula, temperatures in the mid-30s, so above freezing, 28 for the Pribilofs, and way out the Aleutians, temperatures in the mid-30s. And note the 40s over there for southeast Alaska. Then for Saturday morning, back to single digits along the North Slope, -4 for Point Hope. And then as you get further down, you start to see maybe some lower teens in southwestern Alaska, plenty of cold air. This is April. And then as we get down to the Alaska Peninsula, about temperatures in the mid-30s or so. But note that the western Aleutians, the eastern Aleutians, all the way out the Aleutians, in the 20s. And that's that cold air advection at lower levels from that very cold system that's going on. And that's why it was easy to put a cold front on the surface map. In the meantime, for the southeastern Alaska, temperatures in the mid-30s or so. Now we get to Saturday afternoon. Temperatures in the teens along the North Slope, teens for Kotzebue Sound. Start seeing some 20s across southwestern Alaska, but temperatures ramping up into the 30s. There should be a few breaks in the clouds to get some of that sunshine to warm things up. Temperatures in the 40s for south central, and so I was able to indicate a little bit of precipitation there that would be in the form of rain showers as opposed to snow showers. But now we get down to the eastern Aleutians and the Alaska Peninsula, temperatures barely into the 30s as you get further out, 26 for the Pribilofs, 29 for Dutch Harbor, and then you have to go all the way over to southeastern Alaska to get into the 40s. So for our 6 to 10 day outlook, April 16th through April 20th, a good chance of below normal temperatures along the west coast. Otherwise, a lot of normals all across Alaska. And then for precipitation, a fairly decent chance of a bit above normal for an area northway to Fairbanks. And then for, let's say, the eastern half of the state or so, a chance of being above normal. Otherwise, normal precipitation for much of the western portion of the state. And then for 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, again, old man winter doesn't want to give up. And so we're seeing a pretty good chance of a swath across the central part of the state for below normal temperatures, and actually much of the state has at least a chance of being below normal temperatures, including southeast Alaska, and then normal for the North Slope, for portions of the North Slope, northwestern Alaska, and also south central. So that's it for your forecast for today. Please pay attention to updates from your National Weather Service local sites or telephone or from the internet. And please stay safe out there in this weather. Thank you.